It's a crisp and chilly night here at King Edward Park in East Maitland, and we have a cracking encounter on our hands as the home side, the East Maitland Griffins, host the Mallabula Panthers. Don't be fooled by the Griffins sitting in 7th place. They have the ability to match it with any team on their day, and Coach Noel Dent will be hoping that the occasion of a home Friday night fixture, their final home game of the year, will be the motivation they need, while the Panthers will be eyeing off top spot on the ladder with only one competition point separating them in third from ladder leaders Morpeth. Good evening and welcome to Bar TV Friday night, Newcastle and Hunter Community Rugby League, brought to you by Quizmasters Trivia, live from East Maitland at King Edward Park. I'm Chris McPherson. Tonight I'll be joined by my co-commentator. He's got 15 years plus refereeing experience all the way through to officiating currently in the New South Wales Cup competitions. He also has plenty of family ties to the East Maitland club through his father, who's a club stalwart and legend, Neil Mitchell. Cameron Mitchell, welcome to Bar TV.
Thanks, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here.
As we see the East Maitland team take the park, and we might just run through the team list. I'll run through the East Maitland team, and then I'll let you have the honours of Mallabula. Cameron?
No worries.
So at fullback, we've got Ryan Lawrence. On the wings, we've got Lachlan Mulquinny and Brad Nichols. In the centres, Jared Berry in 3 and Kyle South in 4. In the halves, we've got Clinton Connors in 6 and Logan Wiltshire at halfback. The front row is Sam O'Brien in the 8 and the captain Chad Irvine in 10. The hooker is Chris Mitchison. The back row is Jacob Jordan and Bevan Gardner, and the lock is Matthew Wise. The bench in 14, Brendan Salmon in 18, Hayden Dimmick, and in 26, Jacob Campbell for the Panthers.
At fullback, we've got Lincoln Melmoth. On the wings, we've got Cody Waters and Harley Ridgway. In the centres, we've got Rob Chafee. And in the 4, we've got Brad Anderson. In your halves, we've got James Fogarty and Josh Daniels. In the front row, we've got Captain Lee Kelly and Connor O'Neill. And hooker, Mitch Fletcher. In the second row, Jaden Butler and Hayden Thompson. At lock, Nick Hoare. On the bench, we've got number 16, Jai Richardson. 17, Damien Smith. 18, Owen Daniels. 19, Dean Higgins. 20, Jake Garrity. 21, Brendan Robinson.
As we see the Panthers now line up, their match officials tonight, referee will be Ash Irvine, and the touch judges Nathan Everly and Nathan Little. East Maitland, the home ground here, looking a perler. No familiar scent of Henny Penny drifting across Henny Penny Stadium, though. Who do you like here, Cam?
Mate, I'm a local East Maitland boy, so I might be a bit biased here, but I've got a soft spot for the Griffins, mate. I used to play for them as a junior, but I haven't seen much of them this year, so I'm happy to come out here and have a look, and hopefully the boys can go all right. But I think they've got a tough opponent here in Mallabula, so the boys will be have a lot of hard work ahead of them, I think. Yeah,
as I touched on in the intro, Mallabula sitting third. They're only a point off the top, so a win tonight would at least temporarily put them atop the ladder. So they'll be eyeing off that little carrot. As we see, it looks like Mallabula will kick left to right on your screen, and towards the southern end or the bowling club end of Henny Penny Stadium, as I like to call it.
Yes.
I'm going to go the Panthers to win this one. I think they'll win it pretty comfortably. East Maitland with a bit of a depleted side, as we saw reading out those team lists. Only the 3 on the bench. We're just getting it through from Mallabula at 17, Damien Smith's a late scratching for them, so they'll be running with 5 on the bench. Referee Ash Irvine looks to get us underway here. And Mallabula kick to the southern end. They go deep and wide. And 2 wide it is. It's kicked it out on the full. That's the start East Maitland would have been looking for.
Oh, definitely, mate. That's just a poor mistake, especially off the get go, and that gives East Maitland very good field position here off the start of the kickoff. You can't afford to do that and give the team good field position here now.
Certainly do. It'll be interesting to see what this Mallabula defence is like. They're quite a big side looking at them out on the park here. East Maitland big in the middle, but smaller outside backs, whereas there's not much of a size difference across the park for the Panthers.
Yeah, they are a very, very big team, but I think it's cold conditions. It's not really too hot, so time will tell how the forwards go in the game. But
certainly will. Looks like we didn't have a spare ball on that far side, so they bring it in now for the tap. The centre taps it. Taken into contact. It's a little bit hard in the lighting here to make out the numbers, so it might take us a little while to get adjusted to the names.
It was a good hit, though, I'll tell you that.
They come across, take it forward. The offload. Gets up complaining about something, but referee Irvine having none of that. It looks like Chad Irvine taking that one forward. He's going to have a lot of work to get through and carry this forward pack tonight.
He needs to get those quick play the balls and get his backs
on the attack, and they cut straight through East Maitland. I think that might be Jacob Jordan that's gone in on the left edge here, the second rower. And East Maitland opened the scoring, and that early mistake from the Panthers cost them dearly with 4 points and a kick to come.
As I said before, you can't give that sort of field position to the Griffins here when they got some good outside backs there, and just poor defence there by Mallabula, just letting him in. It was pretty soft defence there, actually.
Yeah, barely laid a hand on him, and that's the perfect start that Coach Noel Dent would have been looking for with a slightly depleted side, and they'll be aware they need to get out to probably a good start here with a lighter bench.
Well, that's it. The Griffins will have their tails up, and they'll be ready to go here now.
Certainly will.
11. Yeah.
Got a 5'8" here. Looks like Clinton Connors setting up the kick.
Yeah.
So we might only have the one footy there. We've got one just in front of us here on this side. A little bit of time used up there, and Mallabula will be looking to regroup, and I'd say they'll just reset and look to start this game again, and hopefully not put this one out in the full.
Oh, that's it. I think they just need to get back on the halfway and just reset and just start again, I think, and just get that out of their head and try and post a good field position down there and keep the Griffins down in the other end of the field.
Interestingly enough, these two sides clashed earlier in the season in round 7, and it was up there on the Tilligary Peninsula at Vince Woodburn Oval, and Mallabula ran out winners 34-28. So East Maitland have certainly got the ability to stick it with these teams. We've seen them stick it with a few teams in recent weeks, only a couple of blowouts, so we could have an interesting game with them getting the perfect start, and Clinton Connors can convert this one. He pushes it across the face, unfortunately, and so the score remains East Maitland Griffins 4, Mallabula Panthers yet to score and yet to even get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. I think on the back of points here, they need to get a good set and get their ball away and get a good kick through and make sure they complete their set on the back of points, I think.
Yeah, they don't want to turn this ball over in their own half and give Mallabula a quick chance to reply. Mallabula with another big kick, this one a little bit straighter, still quite deep, taken just short of the try line. That could be Cody Waters bringing it back. He's driven backwards, though, by 3 in the tackle. Most of the work done by Rob Chafee there. Sam O'Brien brings that one out. And the distinctive head here again. Mallabula winning that post-contact wrestle and driving him back a couple of metres.
And slow play the ball as well. They really need to get those quick play the balls.
Again, strong contact from the Panthers, and that's tackle 3, and they've only made it out to the 20-metre line. Oh, and he's lost that one in the play of the ball there. No, the referee Irvine said he's happy with that.
Referee Irvine says he's got the ball backwards after he's gone forward, so play on.
Clinton Connors sniffing about in some support play there. He's got it through a bit of work already. That'll be tackle 4, I think, and only just over 30 out from the line. They'll need to get a decent attack on here. Very flat in attack, the Griffins, unfortunately. That'll be tackle 5 on the 40 here. Wingers and fullback back for the Panthers. They go high here.
Torpedo bomb.
Oh, it's been knocked back by the Griffins. It'll still be tackle 5. Chris kick again. Most of the players there in front. Just the winger on side.
Yeah, Chris Mitchelson with the kick there. He's just put them all on side by chasing through. And we have a little scoot there. Out from dummy half by Harley Ridgway. I think they really needed to get a better kick there.
Yeah, they really need to play territory if they're going to stay in the mix here, East Maitland, because, as we said, a shorter bench and not as much size in the outside backs. They're going to get worked over probably a little bit here on the edges. Good run there, but again, a slow play. The ball, he found his front. That's Lee Kelly, their skipper. Let's see what kick option they go with here. They go to the left, and that's fullback Lincoln Melmoth kicking through. Just a little short stab. It's not too bad a kick there, but down into the corner. Yeah, that's what they would have wanted. Complete their set and keep them down here. See if East Maitland can have a bit more success of bringing this set out. But again, strong contact. Mallabula, they've done a lot of that down this end. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it down the other end. And they've got good line speed at the moment as well. They're coming off their line pretty well, and they're looking pretty good in defence. Had a bit of a hot and cold season, the Panthers, so far, so they'll be really looking to capitalise on this and keep themselves in the minor premiership arm wrestle. Again, getting numbers in the tackles, roll him onto his back. They're just winning that post-contact wrestle really well so far. And that's a really slow play of the ball, so that gives the defensive line a lot of time. Clinton Connors goes for territory this time. I think that was from inside the 40. Yeah. But Mallabula have done well. They'll get back there. That looks like might be that's actually Cody Anderson on that side. Sorry, Cody Waters. Harley Ridgway in at dummy half. He'll go for another scoot. Yeah, nice. He's only a small bloke.
yeah.
He picked up some quick meters there, and both players blowing up.
Yeah.
Even the tackler, I'm not sure what happened.
He's trying to get his shirt off his head.
Starting to hear a bit of volume from the crowd here, which is nice to see them involved.
Yes.
Looking at the number of cars around here, there certainly should be a few more people, but plenty of them must be parked up in their vehicles. To see Mallabula get to the 40-metre line of their attacking half.
Well,
That ball, unfortunately, hasn't gone to where it was intended. Another bounce pass. Rob Chaffee breaks the first tackle, but can't get away from the second.
Yeah, the last tackle here.
Kyle South around the ankles.
Looks like
Go deep, and it looks like a lot of these chases are offside, but the touchy's given them the all clear. And that's the referee Irvine's all over it.
Yeah. As I said, I think nearly all those boys inside in the middle there were all offside. You could all tell from this angle here.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. The ball didn't go where they wanted. It ended up back at fullback. Interesting to see they're relying on their fullback, Lincoln Melmoth, for a lot of their kicking game already.
Mm.
And they're going to really need to get that positioning and set up right. Otherwise, they're going to cop a few more penalties like that. And East Maitland, they'll be nice and relieved. Although they only pick up about 15 metres on that one. They probably could have been a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Kyle South taps and goes himself. Finds his way into a front rower in the Mallabula skipper Lee Kelly.
Bit of a size difference there.
He's not backing down though. Again, Mallabula after contact driving East Maitland back.
Very, very strong tackle here by Mallabula.
Go forward again, and that's the skipper Chad Irvine. He's going to be the key man for them today. I think.
Definitely. Chad's been the stalwart here at East Maitland Park for many years now, and he'll be a big player in this game.
Yeah, wide, and Connors gives it off. Looks like that might be Bevan Gardner that's playing it. It's quite hard, especially the East Maitland numbers, to make them out at times if we can't get them square on here from the commentary position. That'll be tackle 5. The East Maitland players seem more interested in rolling around on the Mallabula player again. Not a great ball, but Connors beats the first. It looked like it was knocked down.
I think we've got a touch judge call over there from a knock on. I think that's what he's called.
Good to see Nathan Everly contributing to the match.
Yeah.
So I think, what do we got here?
Got a knock on, I think, from Mallabula by looks. Maybe Ash Irvine, Irvine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He gave himself away a little bit too, and it was a late reaction to decide to take off.
Yeah, that's it. I think Nathan Everly was all over that, and he let the referee know straight away.
Like that, like a fat kid on cake.
Yeah, he does like cake.
So East Maitland, another prime opportunity. Last time they were down here, they posted some points. It'll be interesting to see if they can go in for a second try. Yeah,
well, that was very interesting because they went in a soft try in there, but ever since they went that soft try in, their defence has been pretty good.
They're set wide and deep here. Go to the left. Dummy. Dummy's to South. South comes in dummy half. No, he's pushed out by Mitchison. Comes to the left. That's O'Brien. He stands out a little with his headgear, makes it a little easier for us.
Makes it easy for us.
Mitchison's got options left and right. There's the try scorer, that's Jordan.
Nice
Gets the offload
offload.
away, back to O'Brien. O'Brien with some footwork at the line, not bad for the big fella.
I think that's what they need to do. They need to try and get that offload. I think that's going to be a good option in second phase play.
Second phase play with the big pack. Drop it under. A bit of miscommunication, and that looks like a knock on to me, and it will be. Yeah. Mallabula Panthers defence will breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was expecting that, or he just the pass didn't sit right with him, but yeah.
That's all right. Mallabula will have an opportunity to bring it out from their own end, and I think it's probably concerning signs that the only time East Maitland have really looked to get down there, and while they look threatening down there, it has been off the back of piggybacks down to the other end.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
They're struggling to get out of their own half. Mallabula can pick the ball up on their own 20 and take it out to the 30 at the opposite end, so they're picking up an easy sort of 50 metres a set, whereas the Griffins are struggling to sort of make 35, and that's going to tell its toll, especially with only 3 men on the bench. So
exactly right, Chris.
Quicker play the balls might be the key, as we see the Panthers go on the attack. Almost broke the first tackle there.
And just to see the quick playness of that play the ball, that makes them on the back foot straight away, the Griffins. So look at how many metres we've got here.
It's interesting to see the Griffins not really trying to get in the wrestle, actually. So you watch them, they'll just roll off here. Much quicker than Mallabula. Mallabula winning that wrestle, getting the players on the back when they're in defence.
Yeah.
Bit better tackle there, but it was, again, only one number in the tackle.
Yeah.
It's hard to do when you know you're not going to get a spell later on, but you've really got to commit to that early.
Yeah, that's it.
After taking the ball to the line. And giving it off to a flat-footed runner, which doesn't help. Just stepping through Chaffee. Chaffee's away. Can he beat the fullback? He has. He goes himself, pops the ball back. And I couldn't quite get a number. Is that James Fogarty going in to open up the scoring for Mallabula and level us up at 4 points all? Great support play by the 5'8".
Oh yeah, it was great support play, and there was a bit of a yellow for a bit of an obstruction, but there was no one obstructed. He ran around his own play, but there was no one obstructed in the lead up. And I think it was good position, and it was good support play to get him for the try.
Yeah, I think that the fact that a lot of people tend to forget, and you're probably the perfect one to talk about it, is you've got to actually gain an advantage. It's like the ones where you see a bloke and he does run behind and someone does get obstructed, but then he lays on the ground. If you don't gain an advantage, it's also not an obstruction.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of people think that, but you do have to gain an advantage, and someone has to be obstructed, and in that case, there was none.
Yep, no, neither of those ticked off. And so now we'll have Mallabula with the opportunity to go in front for the first time this evening here at King Edward Park. With Nick Hoare, who is lining up the conversion attempt. It looks like a relatively simple one from here, but these are the ones that are a bit nervy because the ones out wide, if you manage to nail them, they're good. Yep. These ones, if you manage to nail them, you get nothing, as he has, but if you miss them, everyone's going to let you know.
And his first kick of the night, that'll give him a bit of confidence as well. So
certainly will, as we see the Panthers make their first couple of interchanges, and they now open up a 6-4 lead here.
Yep, that's it.
At Henny Penny Stadium, and just the one change, it looks like. The second row coming off.
I think we had number 18 going, I think. Over the other
Hayden
side,
Thompson off for Owen Daniels, it looks.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can start to see already, Rob Chafee was the one there, but both of their big centres on the outside edges are, I think they're going to run a bit of havoc tonight against these smaller bodies.
They're going to be dangerous, and I think it's going to be crucial the Griffins try and shut that down.
It's interesting because you see the second row is defending a bit tighter while the centres are smaller bodies. They're going to find themselves in a bit of trouble. As East Maitland with a deep kick-off.
That's a nice kick-off.
Taken cleanly by the try scorer. Even then, East Maitland waiting for the Mallabula player rather than getting up.
They needed a stronger chase there. They're going
to have to step this up a gear if they want to stay in this arm race. So Mallabula are going to blow them off the park if they keep playing like they have for the last probably 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly right.
Little scoot out of dummy half. Again, bounces up, but couldn't quite get the play of the ball. Still gets a reasonably quick play of the ball.
Yep.
They're just walking forward here so easily, making easy meters. Nearly every time they're breaking the first tackle, Mallabula. So
they
go out the back, kick into the corner from Daniels, pins the fullback. Well done there by Ryan Lawrence.
Mallabula will be looking to keep the Griffins down here.
He shrugged off a couple here, but he hasn't made any meters. He's gone sideways. And East Maitland tackle 2. They're probably further back than they were on tackle 1. They're getting in their own half. You see O'Brien roll up the sleeves.
Yeah, they really need to get in there, and their big blokes in the middle need to try and get some meters here.
Yeah, unfortunately, when the big guys are going forward, it seems to be one out. There's not much support play going on. So a couple of resurrecting runs there brings them out on tackle 4, out to the 30 almost. And a pressure-relieving penalty there for the Griffins. They've been lucky a couple of times. Well, not necessarily lucky, but they've been fortunate when the penalties have come. They've really needed them.
Well, that's it. They're giving away a couple of piggyback penalties, and that's what's getting the Griffins down the other end of the field. If they don't give away those little penalties, then they're going to keep them down there, and they're going to get more opportunity to post points. But just another stupid penalty there, I think. It wasn't warranted.
A little bit of ill discipline. It's hurting Mallabula at the moment. They'd be running away with this without them.
Exactly right, Chris.
Another change for them. Their skipper, Lee Kelly, comes off. He's replaced by Jai Richardson. And it looks like East Maitland looking for their first change here as well with the man with the clipboard, Noel Dent, yelling instructions as they tap this on halfway. Jared Berry goes forward, and there'll be another penalty.
Looks like Hayden Dimmick coming on for the East Maitland Griffins. He'll be coming in the middle of the pack there.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be playing in the halves, looking at the shape of him.
I went to school with Hayden.
He's had a bit of a rough life compared to you, mate. That's saying something. He looks like he's about Shane Tapper's age. See, East Maitland now, that'll see him have a tap about 30 out from the try line. Mallabula are defending. Last time they got down here with some good field position from this area, they went on and scored in the opening minutes of the game. So, interesting to see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're sending out the smallest bodies going forward.
I think the big boys needed a bit of a breather. I think they've done a lot of tackling in the opening minutes.
And there's your man, Hayden Dimmick, going forward.
Yeah,
Tackle 2.
Yeah, just trying to get the boys in the
Set to the
front
left.
foot.
A few players already overrun it. They go out the back. That's Connors. Connors goes himself. Bumps off the
Bumps off the
first.
first, yeah. That was
Quite strong in
Yeah,
contact
he
with the
is.
upper body. Maybe tackle 3. They go back in the middle. There's O'Brien. He's got through plenty of work early.
looks
He
like
certainly hasn't shirked it.
looks like Mitchelton's moved into the halves. I think now 14's coming in there at hooker.
Yeah, we'll just have a look. Little kick through from Connors. It's well weighted.
It's well weighted, yeah. Very good kick.
Mallabula forced in the in goal, and that'll be a goal line dropout. So another set here for the Griffins.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully they can capitalise on back-to-back
Yeah,
sets.
well, second best result there. We'll have a goal line dropout, and I think they really need to put the pressure on here and try and build some momentum, and let the halves get a bit of a plan here and see what they can do.
Certainly do, and the more time that East Maitland with a reduced bench can have the ball in hand, the better it is for them, because they don't want to be defending back-to-back sets, and their discipline's actually been pretty reasonable so far, and they're going to need to keep that up for the full 80 minutes tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They need to keep the ball in their hands, and they need to be smart with it as well.
Goal line dropout goes 40 on the fly, taken easily by Melmoth, and he takes it back to... Oh, sorry, that's by Ryan Lawrence. Got the teams around wrong way there. Here's O'Brien again, putting his hand up some work. He runs about 15 metres. That's a great run from Sam O'Brien. He just needs to quick play the ball. He can't get that. He's pinned on his back. Might have been unfortunate not to get a penalty there with it being in the red zone. They may play advantage. Bit of hit and spin there from the man Hayden Dimmick. He's proved himself an able replacement already.
Yes.
Set to the right.
Mitchelton with the ball. He's good
ball.
pass. Oh, he's got to be close there.
Yeah, only probably maybe 2 metres out. They go the blind side.
Go the blind side. Oh. That's very poor defence there by Mallabula. Not covering
looks
that.
like Brad Nichols going in on the right-hand edge.
And it was good vision as well from the dummy half there to notice there was not enough blokes on the blind side and come away with that sneaky try down the blind side.
I think they might have actually had the numbers there. They was parked a long way infield, and Brad Nichols just on the outside with a couple of metres of space does his work.
Yeah.
East Maitland hit the front again, 8 points to 6 with a kick to come. It's not going to be an easy one if it's Connors again kicking. Well, it's not going to be easy no matter who kicks this one.
And it comes off.
Like Connors going to retrieve that ball from the car park.
And it comes off the back of just those penalties, Chris. You know, just the ill discipline from Mallabula. We've noticed that they are good in defence and attack, but just those stupid penalties have just put them on the back foot a little bit. You know.
Yeah, it also comes from that great work. Clinton Connors read they were all sliding across, just put that ball into the in goal, and they're not big in goals here at King Edward Park.
They aren't.
Did well just to weight it perfectly, and they got the repeat set, and that's going to be the key for them tonight if they're going to come away with a victory here.
Definitely.
Just continued mounting pressure through volumes of possession.
And that's right, Chris. You know, they need to have the ball in their hands as much as they can, especially with that short bench, you know, what they've got at the moment. And
it'll be interesting to see how they go. What are your thoughts here? You're backing him in or out?
Oh, it's a very tough kick, especially on the wrong side of the field for a right-footed kicker. I'm not too confident, Chris, but I'm hoping he can get it over.
We'll have our half-time can on this kick, I reckon. I'll back him out.
Rightio, Chris.
If there's too many more tries, we might end up with a lot of depth for one of us. Comes in. He looks the part, that's for sure.
Oh,
He's got the stride. Comes in, strikes it well.
Oh,
hey, what looks like a one.
Oh,
great work from Connors there.
That was a great kick.
He looked like he barely touched it. It's not a nice connection, but barely touched it.
Yeah.
Was never in doubt.
Never in doubt. Touches
my
straight
biggest
up.
question was just whether or not the touchies were going to put their flags up.
Oh, that's it.
And East Maitland skip out to a 10 points to 6 lead here over the Mallabula Panthers partway through this first half on Friday night, Bar TV, Newcastle and Hunter Community Rugby League, brought to you by Quizmasters Trivia. You see Mallabula with another booming kick, caught just inside the in goal, given off again to who else but O'Brien. Runs sideways, he beats the first. Another couple of metres post-contact before he starts going backwards.
He's been strong in the opening sets of this game.
He's been double figures for hit-ups already, and doesn't look like slowing up yet. Another one that's been strong has been Dimmick since he's gone on. It's his third or fourth hit-ups in a couple of minutes.
He's certainly putting his hand up for the ball.
He's been fortunate. I don't think they've had to defend since he's got out there, so that's always nice.
That's always nice, for the big men up front.
Certainly is, and that looks like Wise with the ball. Slung around a bit. There's a bit of an appeal for a lifting tackle, but he's never in any dangerous position.
Yeah. Referee everyone cleared that straight away. No,
slung to the ground on tackle 4 there. A little bit better set here. Looks like they might have got a bit of...
Oh, he's gone down that right-hand side again.
Right edge. Oh. Just run down. What we got here?
Yeah, it's a knock on by the Griffins there. He's
Couldn't quite reel it in.
Yeah, he's lost that ball on contact when Mallabula came in and make the tackle. It was a good break down that right hand side though. It looks like there might be a little bit of they might target that right hand side a little bit maybe.
Left edge of Mallabula, yeah. They've got a little bit of pace there, and that's probably something else to have a look at with the bigger bodies. It might be worth trying on a bit of pace. Generally, you don't have a centre pairing that's both this big and lightning quick. So
that's it,
we've seen Chafee's already got some pace, so maybe Anderson's the target on the left-hand edge of Mallabula's defence.
That's it. They've got to find that weakness and kind of trying to utilise that.
100%. Unfortunately for them, it's turned over the ball on the 40, which is prime position for Mallabula. So they go too wide of the scrum. They make many metres on the first tackle. Now they come to the right. That's Daniels. He gives it off. It's a big difference. There's a bit of the post-contact metres here.
Nice run there by the number 11 there. And that's
penalty. I think that's the first penalty. Butler's earned the penalty there for Mallabula.
Yeah.
I think that's their first penalty of the evening, sorry.
Yeah, and it was a clear penalty. Ref Irvine had that one. I think the player even looked up for Ash, and that's a giveaway sign when the player looks up at the defender to the referee.
Again, they only pick up 15 metres or so. It'll be Chaffee to tap it. He gives it off. That's Jai Richardson. He runs like a front row. He's not built like a traditional front rower, but really winds up. Daniels has to go himself with no running options available. He finds the man who's done all the work tonight, O'Brien. From hooker, they go to the left. That's Fogarty. He drops. Player back underneath. And they're almost at the 10-metre line now, the Panthers, with a tackle or two up their sleeve. They go to the left. Fogarty, the offload. He shrugs off and dives down. Thought he got the offload free there, but he just went through the tackle.
Yeah, great run there, and you got a bit of speed up, and the Griffins' defence pretty poor there, to be honest, Chris.
Yeah, it looked very similar to the sort of touch football defence that Mallabula displayed in the first set of the game. So Mallabula now pull level, 10 points all with a kick to come. It's a bit of a seesawing affair so far. No one really wants to grab this one by the proverbials.
Yep, and that comes off the back of a Griffins error and then off the back also of a penalty there. So a little bit of ill discipline there. That's the first penalty against the night, but it has proved costly, as we can see that the Mallabula have gone in on the back of it.
We talked about that. Mallabula probably having the ascendancy when they've got the ball in hand, so East Maitland really can't afford to give them an inch, because we've seen what they can do. Very few first-up tackles sticking for East Maitland, so you certainly can't be giving them field position 38 metres out to start a set. 9 times out of 10 tonight, they're probably going to score if they start their set inside that attacking 40.
I think if the Griffins are going to have a shot tonight, they really need to have good discipline and not make as many mistakes as the other team in Mallabula, because otherwise I think if they make those mistakes, Mallabula will be able to capitalise on them.
We've seen that so far. Each time they've had attacking possession, they've managed to make the most of it, and they've scored their 2 tries down here. So essentially, you invite them in, and they're going to score as we see the conversion attempt. An opportunity to take the lead. But no, we'll stay all tied up at 10 points all here at King Edward Park in East Maitland. And yeah, this one's anyone's. Mallabula will certainly still be sitting as favourites, but East Maitland have shown they've got the ability to mix it with them. They just need to control possession and discipline, and they'll be right there.
Well, that's right, Chris. I think it's still only early stage in this game. I think either team can take this one away, but I think it all depend on who can control the ball and who's going to have that field possession.
As Clinton Connors gets us back underway. Bouncing ball, well taken in the in goal there. Well, I think that might be Fogarty. And again, Mallabula start their set almost 20 metres out on a great kick-off return. They go to the short side. Gets a pass away. Realises he doesn't have the pace to get on the outside, so he cuts back infield, and that'll be tackle 2, and already they're out to the 40-metre line. Yeah. This is a big difference, isn't it? The metres that Mallabula are just eating up.
Griffins really need to muscle up here in defence and slow this down.
They certainly do. Oh, big run. Pokes his head through, but can't quite break the line.
Really, really good metres, though, there, Chris.
Certainly are. Now they start to look to go wide. Oh, it's gone out the back. They've been guilty of that a few times today, the Panthers.
Yeah, a little unorganised, but
could pay off in the end.
Oh, the number 5, he's got a bit of pace here, Chris. He's still going.
Slipped over, but he's found his feet again. They finally get hold of him. Well, that's a great run by Harley Ridgway from the right wing, ended up on the left wing and came back to the middle. They go high. It's going to be a tough one to take.
Yeah, he takes it well,
Ryan
though.
Lawrence made it look a lot easier than it would have been.
Oh,
He's tackled there, swung around. His legs flicked up, made it look a little bit worse than it was. East Maitland got some work on their hands here. It might be time for the outside backs to roll up their sleeves.
yeah, they really need
There's
to have
no one at dummy half.
There's no one
here.
at dummy half there, Chris. We need to get some backs in there and roll up their sleeves and give the forwards a bit of a breather, I think.
Of course, when they don't have anyone else to run it, who takes it? Sam O'Brien, unfortunately, cops it flat-footed there.
Yeah, they need to go in looking for it, I think, here.
Certainly do. Dimmick carts it forward, approaching the 30. That's tackle 4. That's a better run.
Yeah, that's good metres there. That's what the Griffins need. We're on tackle 5 there,
Jake
though.
Jordan, he's probably been one of their best tonight. He scored their first try.
That's a bad pass from dummy half.
Out of dummy half, correct.
That puts lots of pressure under Chris Mitchelson there to get the kick away.
Mallabula are going to get the ball almost at halfway.
Yeah.
They may actually head into the attacking half here.
You can't afford to give...
One. I think he's away. He's broken that tackle. They've got a few sitting back, but he's broken another couple of tackles. And that's tackle 1, only 30 metres out from the try line.
Yeah.
That just all came from a poor pass out of dummy half. That's not what the East Maitland Griffins would be looking for.
Gives away bad field positioning, and on the back of that, Mallabula have come away with a few good runs here.
They certainly have, mate.
Right into the danger zone here of the Griffins.
Fogarty gives it out. That's Anderson with the ball. He got caught a little bit flat-footed.
This will really test out
deep to the right.
Test out the Griffins line here.
They swing it. Daniels beats the first one. Can't beat the next. They come to the right again. Thompson, can he get there?
A little bit of a step
Pulled
there,
down
but he
short.
gets trapped down there just short of the line.
Little scoot out of dummy half, and Mitch Fletcher's over.
Yeah.
Easy as you like. Markers are asleep there.
Yeah.
And he makes them pay.
Too easy there for the dummy half there.
Certainly is, and that's a try to the Mallabula Panthers, and they hit the lead again. 14 points to 10 with a kick to come.
Just looked up and saw no one was home there. We had to go there, and too easy.
Certainly was. East Maitland, unfortunately, just constantly on the back foot for that whole set. And again, it all came from that bounce pass from dummy half and then a rushed kick.
Yeah.
It's amazing the flow-on effect that a little mistake
That's
can have.
it. You know, you just get the little simple things right, and you got a good kick down the field, and that's a different story.
Yep.
So Griffins really need to aim up here and get those little things right. Otherwise, they're going to be in for a tough night.
They certainly are. We can start to see the wave of possession start to tell, but you got to feel a little bit for Kyle South there. Not his normal position. He got rushed into dummy half. We saw it earlier in the set where no one was at home at dummy half, so he got in there on tackle 5. Yeah. And it was only a couple of degrees off on the pass, but unfortunately ended up bouncing around in back play and gave Mallabula, who have great line speed, as we talked about before, the opportunity to push up.
Yeah, exactly right.
And Nick Hall with another conversion attempt. About 25 or 26 gone here. Just remember that clock on your screen is only a guide. It's not the official match clock. This Hall comes in and strikes it. Looked like it was going to the right, but it's drifted back with the tiny bit of breeze that's here at King Edward Park, and that extends the Panthers' lead out to 16 points to 10 over the home side, the Griffins, and the Griffins will really be wanting to score next year, because if Mallabula open up a couple of try lead leading into half time, it's going to be a tough second half for the home side.
Yeah, and the Griffins, their body language, they're looking a bit tired, especially those middle forwards. And I think if they just really need to muscle up here and trying to get a good defensive set away and try and get that ball back.
Certainly do. Connors with a spinning, bouncing kick goes down into the corner. Mallabula, the benefit of having 5 guys on the bench means they've got a good rotation coming through and they're looking fresh here. They scoot out dummy out. That looked a little bit high, and Ash Irvine sees it exactly that way.
Yeah, it was just nothing malicious in it, just lazy high tackle there.
Yeah, 100%. As we'll see, Mallabula, I'm sure they'll kick the touch here and encroach down towards halfway if they can pick up sort of 15 or 20 metres. And again, they'll look to go back-to-back with quick tries here.
Yeah.
If they do score this set here, this could really start to blow out on the Griffins, the way the body language is looking. There's a few blokes still walking back here. Yep. They're going to need something big here. It might be an opportunity for their skipper to stand up. If one of the forwards could pull out a big shot or something, it might be enough to just
someone needs to, they need to lift the boys up and kind of get a bit of momentum.
Fogarty's going to tap it on halfway. He gives it off the front row. Set here, they've got 2 or 3 runners lining up. wanting this football. Drops back under the skipper, Lee Kelly. Brought down by a couple of numbers there in the tackle. Good little scoot from the previous try scorer. He goes to Daniels. They come out wide. There's Hall. That's a great line from Hall. And they're already at the 20.
Very much on the front foot here, Chris.
They certainly are. He's got options left, right. Goes to the right. Barging through, almost reaches out.
He's still going. He's still going.
Hayden Thompson, has he got there? He's lost control in his attempt to... He just kept on going. I thought he was tackled, but kept on moving forward.
Well, the Griffins got out of jail there, mate, because they were all out on their feet there. They were looking very, very sluggish, and lucky that we got a knock on there. Otherwise, the boys would have found it hard to keep them out.
They certainly were, and Noel Dent trying to move his chess pieces here as quickly as he can. I notice he's got a half-back and a centre on the bench here, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
I think players
second row playing in the centres, which could be really dangerous. Mark up against Rob Chafee.
Yeah, you'll find there's a few players out there we playing out of position, but I think the boys just really need to knuckle down and give it a good red-hot crack.
Come the short side here, but Mallabula read that like an easy reading book. That'll be tackle 1. Referee Irvine over the ruck.
A bit of old-school refereeing there by Ash.
And again, O'Brien. He hasn't had a spell yet. He's been out there for a good half hour. But he's driven back in, so he's starting to fatigue and fade. Give it off. It looks like, is that the skipper?
I think it's Jacob Campbell, I think it was, in the 26.
Well, Jacob Campbell in the 26, well spotted.
Yeah.
There's Irvine out the back, of course. Not enough hair to be chatted over on that one. Really hard to make out these numbers still from the East Maitland players. The lighting, well, good enough for a TV game. Not quite the best at ground level.
He's
playing it there with the fullback Lincoln Melmoth. Couldn't
trap it with the foot, no.
But he winds up now, beats the first, can't beat the second. And then he's lost control. That's a great opportunity. He's appealing for a strip, but he just tried to play that a little bit too quickly, had no control.
I agree with Ref Ash Irvine there. I think he's just trying to get up and play the ball way too quickly, and I don't think there was any defender doing anything in the tackle there, untoward.
100%, as we see your main man, Hayden Dimmick, getting ready for his second stint.
Big Haydo, ready to come on after his scrum.
It was a short, sharp stint the first one, but he got through plenty of work, and he'll be out there sniffing around a try from 5 minutes out, surely.
Yeah. And hopefully maybe we'll see a quick offload maybe and let those outside backs get a bit of second phase.
Talk about Chad Irvine try.
Oh, look at the big man go.
He's gone with the Carmichael Hunt step, and he's beaten a couple. He's got the offload away as well. They go to the right. That's where they've been most potent tonight, but they can't break free. Pushing forward again. They're actually looking like they're running with a bit of intent now that they're down at the right end of the field, the Griffins.
Yeah, Griffins are
Connors has got a play set to the left here. He's got O'Brien with him. Drops him underneath. O'Brien does really well there. He gets the arm free, pops it back. But Mallabula dived on it. That's what I thought. I thought they might have got a hand at that. He's received the tip from his touch judge, it looks like.
Yeah, he was trying to offload the ball out the back, and I think, we did get a hand there by a Mallabula player in trying to stop that offload, but in the process, it's gone forward.
So another opportunity for the Griffins here to get back into this arm wrestle.
They really would love a try here again before half time, because after a few cheap tries down the other end of the field, I think they really need.
Certainly would. And as we go on the attack here, Lawrence steps through the first one, comes back into another defender. That's tackle 1. They're looking a little bit flat on the left. They're set to the right, and that's the way they go.
Oh, good, nice inside ball there by Chris Mitchelson.
Inside ball from Mitchelson, who, as you said, looks like he's moved into the halves.
Yes.
They go the short ball. Is that O'Brien trying to barge over from short range?
Oh,
that's a dangerous position, I think. Be interesting to see if referee Irvine comes back to that.
He was right on the spot there.
Mallabula again, very quick up there, very questionable.
And I think we've got a knock on there by the Griffins.
I think the Griffins are probably just a touch unlucky there.
Yeah.
He might have just got to the horizontal. We're a long way away. Irvine was right on top of it.
He was right on the spot there. And
then the defence very quick up, but they've been quick all night in their line speed, and it probably wasn't the cleanest play of the ball. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Yeah.
And Mallabula breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, and I think the Griffins will find themselves that was a good chance for them to post points there, and I think they'll be a bit dirty on themselves there where they had a good opportunity.
They'll rue that opportunity, that is for sure. They set the scrum. They've got options both sides, but they go to the open side. Again, they beat that first tackle. They get a quick play of the ball. Yeah. It's been the key to their game all night.
And that's it.
And they're marching down this right-hand side.
Yeah.
It looks like Hayden Thompson with the ball. Rob Chafee goes into dummy half. No, sorry, it's not. Rob Chafee's moved out to this side.
They really need to get numbers in the tackle here, and
Certainly do. Hayden Thompson again. He's been strong on this right edge.
yeah, he has.
They go back to the middle.
Oh, he's
Lee Kelly lost that one forward,
lost
unfortunately.
that one forward. Yeah.
I think the ball player thought he was a yard quicker than he was, and he just couldn't quite reel that one in, the skipper. He might have some extras for the backs of training after that, I think, Lee
That's
Kelly.
it. Very much
We,
so.
head into the last 5 or 6 minutes of this first half here at East Maitland. We can feel the temperature dropping around us a little bit.
Yeah, I am getting a rather a little bit cold, but there is no wind here, which is that's obviously a plus.
It's a massive plus. You'd be a bit fresh tonight if there was a wind
The
going.
wind chill factor, yeah.
Been plenty of stoppages too, so plenty of players will be feeling the cold.
Mm-hmm.
The Griffins on halfway here. They go to Connors.
Oh.
He kicks early.
Very
Set
early.
play.
Oh,
There you go, there's Lawrence. Can he
the
give it
bounce
off?
is good.
Oh, no. Kyle South.
Wow.
It's just, when it's not your night, Cam, it's not your night.
Well, I was a bit surprised in that play, but it was on. They knew what was going on there, and they had a good bounce, and the ball come up for them. But yeah,
It was definitely a set play. You can hear
Yeah.
the bench blowing up saying, it worked, we had him.
yeah.
And then you put it down.
Hey, it was.
If he caught that, he could have done whatever he liked after
Yeah.
that. He was still strolling into the in goal.
That was it.
He'll be absolutely kicking himself.
And-
Two little mistakes from him tonight.
That's it,
and
you
they're
know.
just really crucial ones.
And Mallabula, they weren't expecting that at all. So I think the Griffins that might be a tactic. You know, they might try their
It'd be
chance.
interesting
You
to see
know,
what Mallabula will do off a similar situation if we have
Yeah.
another one later in the game, because unfortunately for them, they've played their trump card there, and
that's
Noel
it.
Dent's probably sent out the message with only a few minutes to go to half time. Might have been a good opportunity to, he probably scores under the post there. Just hearing there's 2 minutes to go from the table, so
yeah.
huge
That's,
run. Hayden Thompson, he's on absolute fire.
that's
on
a
this
massive.
right
That's a
edge.
massive run there.
It is, but East Maitland did really well there. Mitchson to slow down the ruck.
And that's
And again,
just,
he's the
that's
one
just
hanging
bad
on at the
defense.
heels. That's Daniels. Oh, he trips over, but he's giving it off back on the inside to Chafee. And that one's going to hurt for East Maitland.
Definitely just before half time there.
That's a 12-point turnaround, unfortunately, for the young centre. And it's his opposite man who goes in at the other end to extend the lead out to 20 points to 10 for the Panthers with a kick to come. And that'll about do us for the first half, I think. We've only got we're getting into the seconds now.
Yep.
Before the break, we're told from the timekeepers.
Yeah,
It's been an interesting first half. East Maitland have had their opportunities.
they have, and they can take a bit of confidence out of it. If a couple of little things would have gone to hand, you know, there's a few knock-ons and a couple of things that didn't go their way. Things could be a different story, but you know,
When you have a look at it, the last two tries, one's come from a pass behind the first receiver,
yep,
a rushed kick, and then they've just rolled down, and the next one literally was a turnover play where it would have been a 12-point turnaround. So instead of going to the break at 16-all, we go to the break at 20 or 22-10.
And I think the Griffins really need to get their numbers in the tackle. You see a few of the big boys from Mallabula just getting one-on-one with a few of the small players as well, just palming them off. If we can get a couple of numbers into the tackles, I think one around the legs, you know, they really need to work on their defence at half-time. That will be spoken about by Coach Noel Dent.
They certainly do, as we hear the half-time bell go in the background. Nick Hall with this conversion attempt lining up. But East Maitland probably had more of the opportunities. Mallabula just converted all of theirs as we see the conversion taken.
very
And
nice
that'll
kick
take
there.
us to half-time at 22 points to 10. Cam and I will take a little break and we'll rejoin you in about 5 to 10 minutes with the second half of this Newcastle and Hunter Community Rugby League B-grade fixture from King Edward Park. We go to the half-time break with the Mallabula Panthers 22 leading the home side, East Maitland Griffins 10. We'll rejoin you in about 10 minutes. We're back here at King Edward Park for the second half of this Newcastle and Hunter Community Rugby League B-grade fixture on Bar TV Sports, your Friday night live stream brought to you by Quizmasters Trivia. I'm Chris McPherson, joined by Cameron Mitchell in commentary here, and as we see the referee come back out with the ball, East Maitland probably had the better number of opportunities, but Mallabula did the better with their opportunities in the first half, and we see the Panthers deservedly with a 22-10 lead.
Yeah, Mallabula have been the better side in the first half, and the Griffins, yeah, if they can hold on to the ball and utilise their opportunities.
Oh, just number of players behind the referee there in front of the kicker haven't been missed.
Yeah, that's a bit of good luck there by the Griffins there. They
certainly is, and the Griffins setting the intent in the first tackle of this second half, driving the Mallabula front row backwards there. They come to the short side.
Oh, that's a very
big
strong tackle there.
Tackle. Appeal for a lifting above the horizontal, but he wasn't in a dangerous position again.
No,
so
it's a very strong tackle there by
Hayden. Good
Hayden.
physical tackle by Dimmick. Mallabula don't seem too rattled by those first two big hits and continue to march forward as they have all the first half. And now on the 40. Second man runner. They kick early. It's charged down. Can East Maitland regain? He toes it through.
Has
We've got a foot race on. Connors couldn't quite get there, though, but he's going to get a good result. They're going to pin Mallabula down a metre out from their own line for tackle one.
Yeah, it didn't quite pay off, but they still got them in good position here.
They did. They couldn't quite finish off the tackle there. But he runs back into the original tackler who ragdolls him back. Only a couple out from the line here, Mallabula. East Maitland Griffins look like they've had the rocket put up them at half time.
I think we've got a player down here.
We do have a player down. Who's released the ball. The East Maitland player wanted to pick up the ball and go on with it. He just wanted to dash over. East Maitland, what an intent they've started this half with.
They've started with a lot of intent here. A good charge down. They're unlucky just not to pick it up and go over, but they've pinned them down here and in good field position. And
it's like currently only two players on the bench here for East Maitland, unfortunately, so they might have lost someone at half time. It's not going to be ideal.
Yeah, they'll be giving Noel down a few headaches there, mate.
Boots on
I think so. Maybe one of the trainers or someone, because I would hate to see another player go down in the second half.
And a bicep curls, you'd be able to get out in the front row.
I don't think.
Can't be that hard. I've played front row before. As you see, the game resumed to Mallabula. Still, that's tackle 3, and they still haven't got outside their 10-metre line. A bit better line speed and intent here from East
coming
Maitland.
Fresh out of in half time. They're coming out looking good.
Tackle 4. I think Mallabula are just going to have to weather the storm. They sure do. They just slice through the middle.
That's a massive gap left in the middle there by the Griffins.
No support though for Nick Hall, but he bounces off. He's brought to ground there. That'll be tackle 5. Screaming for the kick out here on the left wing. Cody Waters, but they decide to chance their hand. Brad Anderson. The couple in the tackle there, and East Maitland do well with their scrambling defence. It could have been fairly disastrous, but they've done well to shut that down. Yeah,
they had a good defensive set, but just that last tackle there, they just let them get through, and there was a massive gap there in the middle, so they'll have to tighten that up in this second half. We've got touch judge Nathan
Everly on the field here. Not sure what's going on. Going back over here. No, we're going to have a play the ball. He's happy with that.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was about. He was just asking Ash if he was all right. You know?
Good, strong first up contact from Mallabula. It looks like we're going to have a nice physical second half here, which will thrill the crowd here in the bleachers.
Yeah, I was talking to a few of my old mates in the crowd here. I was enjoying a few ales in the crowd.
But, what's going on there? You're a referee. I don't think referees have mates.
Oh, mate, you know.
I know. I used to be one of yours.
That's it, you know.
And my mates still haven't come back, don't worry.
Well, I call them mates, but I don't know what they call me. But
people I know, acquaintances. Mallabula drive East Maitland towards the touchline there.
Oh,
they've done well to stay in field.
Yeah, it must have been very close there.
Nathan Everly right on top of that.
Yeah.
Everyone drops that back. I
think
it might have gone backwards, but
I'm
not going to tell a guy of his experience how to play the game, but maybe just shelve the Benji and Carmichael steps for a little bit if you're playing in the front row.
He tried to force that offload, and I don't think it was needed. And I think as soon as he let the ball go, he realised he got out a bit of a grunt there. I think he realised that the play wasn't really on at that time.
Yeah. He's He's a little bit below his best today, unfortunately, Irvine, which is not helping their cause, but he's certainly far from the cause of their woes at the moment.
And that invites Mallabula back into prime position here.
Again, every opportunity they've given him inside the attacking half, I think barring one, they've taken so far, and that's, by my maths, that means they've only probably had 5 opportunities inside the attacking half, which we see them here. Daniels gives it off to the fullback, which is Melmoth. He's looked good from the back, Melmoth. Both fullbacks have actually been quite strong tonight.
They have, both under the high ball.
Go out wide. Daniels takes on the line. He gives it to Chafee. They just got attacking threats all across the park. Great line runners, Mallabula. It looks like something they've really worked on in the off-season.
Got lots of runners.
So we see another one. Again, just breaking those first-up tackles. They just hit that outside shoulder and normally the outstretched arm and get through.
Yeah.
At the back. Daniels again. He's the architect. Second runner gets the ball. We've got numbers on the left here. Can East Maitland scramble quickly enough? They go the short option.
Hit and spin there. That's good defence there in the end. Very close to the line there. Tackle 5.
There's some strong defence. Again, it's your man Dimmick. They go to the right here. Someone's running into the goalpost. I don't know if it was referee Irvine. The little bat back. Chafee's got it. What can he do here?
Still tackle 5.
It is. Will he get the arm free? Not the worst place to turn it over, but they managed to repel a Mallabula attack, and they'll take plenty of confidence from that, the Griffins.
That's it, yeah. Griffins really need to come out here and forward stand up here and try and get some metres, and it's going to be hard to come out of here. They just need to try and muscle up.
It's interesting, even though they're pinned down here, Mallabula are the ones looking a little bit more lethargic at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what East Maitland can do. We've seen when they've started sets in their own red zone previously, they just have had real trouble getting out, so that'll be the key here. They need to get this ball for a kick, at least a kick outside their 40.
Yeah, they need to really complete this set and get a good kick away.
Mallabula's rapid.
And they're getting numbers in the tackles, and they're really hitting and sticking, unlike Griffins have been.
Certainly have been. That's been a big key in today's match as they come to the right.
And what?
That looked like it was borderline. He's driven onto his back, though. Again, a good tackle by Mallabula. Again, come to this right-hand side. They look for the early kick.
Yeah, Mitchelson over here. And
Mitchelson just knowing that his forwards need a breather to try and find the touchline, but it won't. Centres back in. Melmoth beats the first. And to add further insult to East Maitland's woes, their right winger now limping, holding his hamstring.
Yeah, on a cold night like this, mate.
Yeah, just trying to get into that top gear. Mitchelson, look, he's been their leader today.
Yeah.
It's a good tackle. A lot of appeals from Mallabula. The winger trying to milk.
We've got a player in back down. I think the trainers are having a look at number 2 there.
Yes, the left winger, Cody Waters.
I think he's just got a bit
struggling. Both wingers on this side hobbling.
Here we go over there.
Baller on the attack though, into the corner.
That looks too easy there over on the right hand side.
Was that Daniels going in the halfback?
I can't make it out of numbers from
Looks like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long way back now for East Maitland. They had the ascendancy in the first couple of minutes this half, but Mallabula just continue to persevere, and they go in, and that extends their lead out to 26 points to 10 with a kick to come.
Yeah, with that kick from in the last set there from the Griffins, it just didn't get enough metres, and Mallabula were just in prime position to come back here and
100%. You need to either get a few more metres on it or find touch. Finding touch probably would have been enough. It would have still given them some good field position, but it would have just given their big boys a breather.
Yeah, that's it. I think they need to control the game a bit better here and try and get the ball out and have those sort of short little breaks there. That's exactly right, Chris.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what Mitchelson was looking for. He just didn't quite get the bounce here. It looked like it was coming straight to us, and then it just took a little turn infield, unfortunately.
That's the way the ball bounces,
As we'll see Nick Hall line this one up from out wide. Tough one.
Yeah.
We saw Connors kick one from a similar spot in the first half.
Yeah.
Hall's been pretty good with the boot. He actually hit him better on this side of the paddock, so what would be his right-hand side in the first half.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how he goes with this one. Not an easy assignment. We were scheduled to bring you updates from the other game at Glendale tonight, but unfortunately Katara have withdrawn from the B-grade competition, so no fixture there. Must be the lucky spot out there is Hall.
Very nice kick.
Very nice kick. It kept low, but cleared the crossbar with no hassles, and that extends their lead out to an 18.1, 28 points to 10 over the home side of the East Maitland Griffins, and Mallabula are in the driver's seat from here.
Oh, definitely, Chris. Griffins slowly walking back to the mark here at halfway. Body language doesn't look too good. I feel the boys are really going to need to come out here and lift the boys if they're going to come out and make this any effort here in the second half.
They're going to need to find something special. Last time we were here and they kicked off and kicked down to this end, they started the set with some real defensive intent. If they can do that again, they might get themselves back into this arm wrestle. The kick taken about 10 out by the winger. He gives it off. There we go. That's good, strong contact. They drive him backwards.
That's what they need. They need a couple of the big boys to put a few big hits on, lift this side here.
Unfortunately, they need a few of them back-to-back. That's going to be the key. And now come to the right-hand side. And the offload. The 5'8" there, Fogarty in support. Can't quite get free. Again, Thompson, the strong runner there. He's doing really well on this edge. Daniels gives it off on the inside. Lee Kelly,
he pushed the kick.
The halfback in support. Wow. Daniels, can he get a double if he gets the bounce? He can't quite get the bounce.
We've got a player
taken out, a player in the chase.
Player taken out of the chase there, Ash Irvine says.
He certainly does. So, that's poor discipline. If Daniels didn't catch that, then no one else was getting there because the front row of Lee Kelly kicking through in support.
And I think
interesting here to see what's going on.
And I think we got Ash Irvine talking to Captain Chad Irvine here.
Chad Irvine. I think Chad Irvine might have given him a little bit of feedback possibly here.
And I think the Griffins might find themselves a bit lucky there because if that was sort of down that other end of the field here, that could have been a professional foul. So
certainly could have. But here we go. It'll be Mallabula on the attack. They tap it. Kelly barges off a couple. He's dived in, and he just makes it look easy as you like. And this could be the start of a landslide for the Panthers. That takes us out to 32 points to 10. The Panthers now lead the Griffins with a kick to come and. A little bit of ill-discipline. I mean, I think Mallabula would have ended up with it because I think Connors might have knocked it on as he tried to dive on it. But just silly things from East Maitland, and it's not helping their cause, which is already a tough one.
Yeah, exactly right, Chris. And just shirt grabbing there to try and get the big man down. And they really need to go around the legs and try and get him down. It's just too easy there in the end there.
Sound like there's a few players in the middle just yelling at him rather than drifting sideways.
Yeah, exactly
want to have a shot at him about running at the small blokes. But rugby league's a pretty simple game. If you're a big guy and you're running at small guys, you're generally going to come out on top, especially from close range.
If you can get that mismatch, why not?
And he's shown that he can do pretty much everything, Lee Kelly. He can put a kick through that nearly set up for his halfback. And surprised they're not getting him to kick this goal, although last conversion attempt. It looks like we've actually got Lincoln Melmoth kicking a goal now. So
I think we
change of kickers.
Yeah, right-footed kicker here, I think.
Yeah, so on his strong side.
Yeah, well, the big man, it wasn't too bad a kick. I don't think they'll be taking his kicking licence away from him just yet, but I don't think the coach would have planned that.
I've seen worse. I've also seen a lot better. I think it might have been good fortune, not good management that got it where it was. Melmoth drives that one, a low kick, and it goes straight over the black dot. That takes it to, by my math, 34 points to 10. The Panthers lead here over East Maitland, and I think the proverbial fat lady might be warming up her vocal cords.
Well, that's it, Chris. I think looking at the body language again by the Griffins here, and this Mallabula will just keep getting on the front foot there, getting lots of field position. And Griffins' defence hasn't been the best. I think it's going to be a struggle here for Griffins.
They've shown glimpses, but they're clearly a bit light on numbers, and that really makes it tough. That's a great place kick-off. But again, Mallabula driving forward, and that intent out of the East Maitland defence seems to have completely disappeared. But no surprise, the man making that tackle again, Mitchison. And they break through a tackle here again. That looks like Thompson again. He's still going. He's been a shining light for them. We've got to play down in back play, and that's not good news because that is none other than their hooker.
Chris Mitchison,
that's correct. So, and he looks like he might have taken a knock to his head.
Yeah, I think he has. And
look, between him and Sam O'Brien, they've been the shining lights.
Mitcho has been at the club for a while, and he's always given it 100%. He's always played with his heart on his sleeve, and it'd be hate to lose him at this point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because it certainly looked like he was a bit groggy when he got up. With the trainer, who spent more time out there than anyone else tonight. Actually, I saw him laying down on the cricket pitch while the last kick goal was being taken. He wasn't too keen to come off, but
hopefully he can just shake it off.
He's going to stay there, and they play the ball there. Thompson, I think Lee Kelly with a dummy underneath, showing all his bag of tricks. He gets the offload away for Daniels, who steps back inside but can't beat Lawrence. But he's got the ball away as he goes to ground. And the Panthers are in again. This is just turning into an absolute rout, and that opens up the score to 38 points to 10, and they're just scoring at will here, the Mallabula Panthers.
Yeah, Mallabula, this seem to be unstoppable at the moment. The Griffins don't have any answers to them in defence, and Mallabula's attack is just running all over this Griffins lineup. It's
it's certainly wilting, and as we said, that knock to Mitchison doesn't look good. It also doesn't look good. They've got one of their wingers icing up his hamstring on the bench. So that might see them down to only the one player remaining on the bench, which is not going to be ideal. And so looks like Brad Nichols icing up his hamstring. We did say he was limping a little bit before, so that'll probably be the end of his night, I would have thought. I wouldn't think you'd be icing it up and going back out there.
That's it, Chris. I don't think he'll be back tonight, especially...
Hey, mate, how's the magic of Lee Kelly? What can't he do? He's their skipper.
Yeah.
He's throwing balls out the back door. He's kicking. He's stepping. He's
Yep.
running laterally and beating and carrying 3 men over the line.
But
the highlight reel's stopping. He's coming off.
Sure, you can
the
only...
crowd will be devastated. He's been doing a bit of everything out there, Lee Kelly. So
Yep. We'll be looking forward to when he comes back on the field. Hopefully it's only a short breather.
Jake Garrett, he comes on the field in the number 20. He's got big shoes to fill, both metaphorically and literally.
Yeah, that goal was waved away there, Chris.
That. So that leaves the score at 38 points to 10.
Yep.
And yeah, certainly a long way back here for East Maitland, and I'd say the fat lady will be starting to start the intro, unfortunately, for the Griffins here at home in their final home game of the season, as we see Campbell warming up again. Looking quite keen. They go the short and high kick-off. It looks like double knock on, I think. First off, Mallabula. He looked like he wanted it, then he just backed away a couple of steps and misjudged it at the end.
He looked a bit nervous there when it came to him, so we'll have a double knock on here, ordered by Ash Irvine.
Certainly do. Mitch Fletcher just couldn't quite put his mitts on that one.
Yeah.
Lee Kelly's just coming over to the timekeepers here, just critiquing his own kicking game.
He's saying he'd be working on that at training.
Yeah. East Maitland struggling to figure out how many people they need in this scrum. No, you don't need 7, just 6 will be fine.
Yeah.
They get it sorted. Bounced off the lock's legs and gone back in. And Kyle South, he's done a bit of everything tonight and now he finds himself at halfback.
Yeah.
There we go, Mitchison the man. He gives it out to Lawrence. East Maitland a shadow of the side they were last year, unfortunately. They find themselves in a higher grade. Which is interesting to see. They lost a lot of players. One of those, Gregory Morris, is absolutely starring for Maitland Pickers at fullback.
Yeah, they've lost a few players, and that's really hurt their lineup this year, Chris.
Certainly has. I think there's been a bit of a mixed bag for some of the Coalfield sides, but great to see them still trying to put up a fight here as they go on the attack. They go to Connors. He gives it out. Mitchison the short ball, but it's put down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was expecting that one. I don't know, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
It's the old chestnut, isn't it? Always expect the football.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Doesn't matter where you are. Always expect the football. I'd say that they're not fun ones to take those on right at the line.
Definitely not.
The defense, as you saw, the defense closed off on him. He had nowhere to go. Yeah, even if he reels it in, and pulls it up, he's probably going to lose a rib.
Yeah.
And his other option is dropping it. And yeah, it's a lose-lose situation.
And that's frustrating there for the Griffins in good field position there.
Yes, as we see Daniels feeds the scrum. They go out the right-hand side. Just making it look easy now. Mallabula, they're full of confidence at 38 points. Full of confidence
and energy here.
Chafee comes back underneath. And again, good 5 or 6 metres of post contact.
Yeah, knock on there.
Couldn't quite get that one, and it hasn't been a good couple of minutes for Mitch Fletcher.
Yeah, the ball seemed to roll back very quickly and back a bit far off to play the ball, actually. It might have been a bit hard.
It was a bit of an aggressive play.
Yeah, it was.
Fletcher probably would have been better off just trying to take a step back or just diving on it rather than trying to reach between his own legs.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I was going to end up with is an interesting forward roll.
Griffins get a bit of good luck here and see if they can...
Now they've got Connors feeding the scrum this time.
Much better scrum.
Chad Irvine at lock, passes it out to the left. Looks like Mitchison. No. Not sure. Going to contact. Mitchison set this side. There's Irvine now. He probably hasn't taken the ball into contact too many times. Not surprisingly, Chad Irvine.
Yeah.
Sam O'Brien and the bench forwards have probably done most of the hit-ups, traditional hit-ups. And they're on the attack here. They come to the right. The big man in 26. That's Campbell rolling up his sleeves, getting involved for another short stint. They go back to the left through Connors. They have numbers here. They chip to the corner.
Oh, no.
It's been taken in. Mallabula, can he get on the outside?
Oh, that's a great tackle.
Cover defence by Matthews.
Oh,
and he's lost it.
He's lost the ball here.
Poor Ash Irvine bouncing back and forth like a pinball, the referee.
That was a great tackle there by the Griffins.
And Matthews, unfortunately, he's hurt himself, though. Looks like he's grabbing his hamstring, which would not be ideal for a much reduced East Maitland side. And now East Maitland are on the attack. That'll be tackle 1, I think. And they're about to head inside the 20.
Oh, that's a great run there. Great run.
Great work. Who's that? Is it Chad Irvine?
Who is that?
Driven back. Might actually be their first try scorer, Jacob Jordan.
Yeah, well, that was a great run there. Is he held up, is he? Or what's
Looks
going
like
on
he's
here?
brought him back out of the 10. He's either held up or he's lost it short of the line, one of the two.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
looks like he's saying he's lost it.
Oh, okay, yep. We've just got the call there from Ash Irvine. He's lost the ball just short of the line.
Unfortunate for East Maitland on the back of a bit of topsy-turvy play. They had some good field position there, but again, just can't capitalise on that opportunity.
They're just not making anything with those chances they've been given there. And there was come off a great tackle when they forced the error. But, they just can't capitalise on it, Chris.
That's the sad thing. We had that 12-point turnaround in the first half. If they capitalise on one or two more and all of a sudden, it's only a 10-point game here.
They've had a few opportunities. They just,
Mallabula
can't
waltz it out from their own end
yeah.
here. Look at that. They've picked up another 10 or 11 metres from the scrum. They've just got numbers rolling through here, Mallabula.
They've got out here on the Griffins' right-hand side, they're a little bit short out here.
Making the wise decision there, the Mallabula front rower, as he can't afford not to run at Chad Irvine, but he still reels him in.
Yeah.
Dummy half Fletcher does well there. He gets out, engages the markers. The offload from Hall.
No one home here at the back here.
Melmoth strolling in. He can take as long as he likes to dot this one down. And that all came from some great work from...
Taking
put
his
this one
time,
down.
putting the ball down.
There's about half Mallabula team there, and they dot it down. Lincoln Melmoth, the try scorer there. It all a bit of an anti-climax in the end after they waited around so long. That all came from the work from their dummy half Fletcher. He got out to the left of the ruck, engaged both the markers, and then just put Nick Hall back through that short hole right next to the ruck. And when you've got a dummy half that can go out and take both markers with him, it makes the job a little bit easier, especially Nick Hall in support, running a good line.
And just leaving too many gaps and holes in the middle there, Griffins.
They're tiring, mate, unfortunately. I don't think they've got too many other options. They're down to not many on the bench here, and... as opposed to Mallabula, who've got 4 or 5 blokes who are all keen to be getting back on there. So, the Panthers now 42 points to 10 they lead, with a kick to come from right in front. You'd expect that nail this one, and you'd be a brave man to back against them hitting the half-ton here.
That's it, definitely, Chris.
Hopefully the Griffins can stem the bleeding soon.
Yeah.
And Nick Hall makes no mistake with that after his great try assist to open up the score to 44 points to 10 as we reach the halfway mark of this second half. This could go on to be a bit of a massacre here if it continues.
Yeah, I really, I think the Griffins, they really just need to find something. I'm not sure what they can find, but they just really need to kind of, lift for the boys, and try and keep them down here and just try and get a little bit of momentum, But
just need a bit of possession there. I don't think they've completed a set this half, barring the one kick that turned over the ball 50 metres out.
Yeah, that's it. They just need to...
As we see them set it back up on the tee, it'll be Connors to get us underway again. He'll come to the crowd side here. A low-driven kick-off, bouncing around. It's taken by Fogarty. He gives it off. Great tackle around the ankles there on Jake Garrity.
And that
as they go to the... Mallabula, turn it over here on the blind side. That's Chafee. He's been good all night, but he turns that one over.
And bites the Griffins into the attacking zone here.
Certainly does. Can they capitalise here? Wise takes that one forward. He's held with 2 in the tackle. Manages to hold his feet, which would be a good result. They go to the left. Taken to ground by Campbell. That's tackle 2. They go left again. That's Connors. He goes wide. That's Bevan Gardner with the ball. Almost pokes his head through, but can't quite get there. He's brought to ground and rolled onto his back. Campbell takes it from short.
Nice legs tackle
there. Great tackle around the legs by the smaller man there on tackle 4. They go from dummy half.
He slipped
off the tackle.
Hit and spin.
Not sure who scored there. I think it might be the number 14, Brendan Salmon. But East Maitland show that they're not done yet. A little bit of fight in the Griffins.
Yeah. And it comes off the back of an error, and the first time they've capitalised on it. And that was a good work and good perseverance to get there in the end.
Certainly was. I think he was about to surrender himself. That realised the player slipped off and then just threw himself at the space between the goalposts and found his way through.
Fell over the sticks, underneath the sticks.
And we give Clinton Connors a relatively easy attempt at conversion to take the score on to 44 points to 16. Any whispers of a comeback in the Griffins game? It's a long way back.
It's a long way
never
back.
Say never in
you know,
second division footy.
that's it. You know, and if you get a bit of momentum, and you know, after this try, they complete their set, get a good kick away. You know, it all comes back a bit of confidence with the boys. You know, if they can continue on from this form.
Be interesting to see where Mallabula go from here. Do they go into the complacency of, look, you know, we've got enough for margin, we can just start to throw it around, play a bit of touch footy, which they've already done a little bit of, and it's worked.
Yeah.
A couple more of those don't stick. Where, you know, we saw them try to attack on tackle 2 from inside their own 20 and they turned it over.
Yeah.
You know, it only takes a couple of those and all of a sudden East Maitland get a bit of a sniff and, you know, you're running downhill, it seems like, with a tailwind.
I don't think that'll phase Mallabula too much, though. Come off a bit of an error, and I think the boys will come back here and muscle up in defence and try and keep the Griffins down here because I still think that at the moment Mallabula are on the front foot, and they'll be looking to keep the Griffins down here on this side of the field.
Certainly are, but another try from the Griffins here might ring some alarm bells. So
that's it. It's,
44 points to 16 as they get us back underway. They go high.
High kick
for
off,
the boot of
yeah.
Nick Hall. High but shorter. Is that Mitchison again?
No,
that's the winger. Sorry, he's come in off his wing and taken that one. East Maitland, even here, there's not many people putting their hand up for a run. Looks like it'll be Campbell to take this next one.
Very slow.
He did a lot of the lead-up work for that first try, for that last try. He does well. He carries a couple forward with him, gets some close contact meters, but needs a quick play the ball off the back of it, which he can't seem to get. Knock the wind out of him, and he's taking his time getting up.
The last couple of play the balls have been very slow. Here we go. Captain Chad Irvine taking a hit up.
Yeah. It's good to see him starting to roll his sleeves up.
That's nice. That's what they need,
Connor's
definitely.
on the back of that. Goes to the chip.
All got a chaser on,
Melman makes no mistake, though. He's been safe as houses at the back for the Panthers. And, again, they turn the ball over on the 40-metre line.
Yeah.
He's getting forward. Cody Waters here. He's beaten the first couple.
Oh, can't keep his footing there.
O'Brien eventually affects the tackle.
That
one looked a little bit...
Just slipped up a little bit high there.
Not too much in it.
Nah.
That'll be Nick Horan. He'll kick for touch.
Nice touch finder there.
Great touch finder. Picks up about 30 metres. And Mallabula on the attack about 13, 14 out from the line. Fogarty will tap this one. Anderson, the left centre, takes this one forward. He's chopped around the knees. Chafee has moved out to the wing. He grabs hold of it, gives it off to Owen Daniels. Fletcher goes to the right, drops someone back underneath. Looks like it could be Richardson. That's tackle 3. The enthusiasm's kicked up a gear here for the Panthers as they're on the attack in the red zone.
They look dangerous here.
Short ball.
Yeah.
And that's the coach, Connor O'Neill. He dives over, and that makes it 48 points to 16 with a kick to come. An opportunity off the boot of either Hoare or Melmoth to bring up the half-ton. Quick response there from the Panthers, and they don't look to have missed a beat, and they'll go on with this one from here, I think.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. Off the back of a lazy high tackle there by Chad Irvine, and good touch finder. They really looked the goods there in that set. The Griffins tried to muscle up there, but just Mallabula was just looking too strong here.
Yeah, the Panthers, they're on the march, and after tonight's result, they'll sit atop the table at least until the remaining results in the weekend's fixtures. Some tough fixtures for their for the other sides. West Wallsend will host Shortland on Saturday, and Morpeth, the ladder leaders, they'll host University, who will be smarting from their loss to Glendale last week. So that'll be an interesting one up at Morpeth Oval tomorrow. Plenty of good footy action around the coalfields across the weekend, and Newcastle and the Greater Hunter as well. So if you can't get down to the footy, of course, on Sunday, the inner city derby between West and South, top of the table battle in the Newcastle Rugby League, will be live streamed thanks to Bar TV Sports. That will be an absolute belter, mate.
Yeah, it shall be, yeah.
That's Hoare with an interesting looking slice kick, almost dobs that one over, and that brings up the half ton. 50 points to 16. The Panthers lead over East Maitland. We've got just under 15 minutes to go here Henny Penny Stadium, as it's colloquially known by the locals.
Yes, very much known by the locals here at Henny Penny Stadium. I've played many cricket game here, and they call that the same here, all the cricket
One of
boys.
the first nights I've been here where there hasn't been a breeze wafting the smell of Henny Penny over. And the coincidence of that is I actually had Henny Penny for dinner, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I can't smell it. I'm not getting a hunger pains for it.
That's it. Yeah, I can't smell it either. No.
You'll be stopping in for a roast and some
yeah.
veg or a
Two-piece
rooster
feed.
roll. Yeah. Two-piece feed, that's the one. Rooster roll, that's Red Rooster. And again, those players on the left in front for East Maitland, lucky to get away with it. But Mallabula, they're returning it back with some intent there. Bring it back to about 15 out, but he's driven back to the 10-metre line on
Good
tackle one.
defence there.
It's much better, but it's probably going to be too little too late, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's shown some real intent in defence at times, Dimmick. Chafee there in the centres. He's moved back in. Shrugs off a couple.
Shrugs off a few there. Good run
Almost beats Mitchell, but he drags him to ground.
Yeah. Mitcho doesn't give up easily.
Fletcher does well out of dummy half. Picks up 10 metres, gives it off. Melmoth.
Oh, that was a nice offload out the back.
It was if you had anyone but a prop supporting, unfortunately. But again, it's Lee Kelly. Hey, running support lines now. He's ticking off everything off the checklist.
What can't he do, Chris?
How did Supercoach score? I'd be flying. Yeah, they're starting to throw it around a bit here, Mallabula. Right? I think they're.
Well, when you've got that a scoreboard lead like this now, you can afford to throw the ball and chance your arm a bit. In this sort of game.
It's interesting though, because the competition sits at the moment with Morpeth on 17 points, West Wallsend and Mallabula both on 16. Only about 4 or 5 points separating West Wallsend and Mallabula on 4 and against. So a couple more tries can be really handy here, just to really put this to the sword, and especially with Katara pulling out of the comp now, so teams won't be able to put the blowouts on them that they have.
That's it, Born against could come down to it,
it could be the difference at the end between finishing, first, second and third, depending on results.
Yeah, that's very much so.
As we see Connors, he gives it off to Lawrence. He's been pretty good for the
he has
trailing
been
side
good
today.
at the back there for the Griffins.
Go to the left, that's Wise. He's been a bit of a quiet achiever today as well. They've had a few players that have done got through lots of work, but unfortunately, again, the ball finds the ground and then finds a pair of Mallabula hands, and they pick it up and run 15 metres, and now they go on the attack on tackle one from the 40-metre line. They go the short side. And Anderson, he picks up some big metres.
Oh, that's just great run
through there, slipping through tackles. And he's going to go all the way.
It was like he had grease all over him. They were slipping off him left, right and centre.
Yeah, just a little bit of a... You can see that they've hit the wall, unfortunately, the Griffins, and that takes us to 54 points to 16, and Mallabula, you'd be brave men to back against them scoring 2 or 3 more from here on the way home.
That's it. They don't stop. They don't look like stopping here. They really want to put the pressure on here and keep the points coming.
Also, that was Jaden Butler, the second rower, going in there, not Anderson. I said it's quite hard sometimes to make out some of these numbers on the far side. Very much so, a few bodies in your
way. From our
way.
position here, we haven't got any elevation here. It is a little bit hard to look at the numbers.
Yeah,
but
it's the joys of doing commentary at this level of footy. It's great to get out here and have some of these games live stream, but it's not like last week. I was at Townsend Oval alongside their brand new green room.
Yeah.
And, you could almost pick out who was surfing which waves at Merriweather Beach.
Yeah, I haven't been there since it's been done up.
It's an amazing venue now with the... a long way from the cold, dingy grandstand that Townsend Oval used to have.
They don't think Rennie changes the change rooms out there?
I don't know, mate. Now that I'm in commentary and not refereeing or playing and stuff, people ask weird questions if I go into the change room. So. Well, they've obviously put the home change rooms over in the grandstand now as well, so both sides are over there. That conversion successful as well. So we're out to 56 points to 16 as the clock ticks down, and there can't be too long remaining now. About 8 minutes to go, I'm told. And unfortunately for East Maitland, this won't be the way they want to finish their last home game of the season. Hopefully they can get another try or two just to add a bit of flattery to the scoreline. Yeah,
they'll be looking to finish on a bit of a high here, which has been a little bit of a disappointing night for the Griffins. But, we...
Certainly hasn't it? In realistic terms too, just depending on other results this week, and this could be the end of any faint finals hope they may have. They're now sitting with Katara pulling out of the competition and now being 17s. They are sitting in last spot, which is a little unfortunate. But as they showed last week, they can mix it with some of the sides. They took Shortland to the wire last week as they drive Kelly backwards there, and they're still showing plenty of intent here in defence, and hopefully they can finish with a bit of a flurry, as we said.
Just lack that consistency through the game if they've had, with that defence.
You can see they're short on numbers and depth, unfortunately.
That's it, when you've got a bench with only 2 players left on it now, it's very hard.
I think one of those two's injured as well.
Yeah.
So Mallabula just keep on turning up here with their rotations. And they go at the back. Decide to run it here.
Oh,
East Maitland caught flat-footed.
yeah.
They were expecting an early kick on 4 there.
I think they were.
Now they look the kick. No, they go wide.
Oh, yeah.
Ball knocked down.
Yeah, I think that look forward. Yeah. So we'll have a changeover for the Griffins there, about 40 out.
Yeah, good opportunity for them here if they can do something with it and get into the attacking half. Maybe pot over a field goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, yeah, no.
Well, I think one of the games earlier in the year in the Northern Conference was like 66-5.
Yeah,
So
why not?
I'll give you a guess at which balding 30-year-old was refereeing that one. 30's generous, 34-year-old. It's a long way.
Oh,
It's always entertaining, those ones.
Good
So we
run
see,
there by Dimmick coming over the halfway line.
Yeah, big Hayden Dimmick. He's done well in his stints.
Yes, he has.
He doesn't go far out of his channel, but when the ball comes into his channel, either in attack or defence, he does a good job of it.
I like to see this fullback from the Griffins getting a bit of open space. Looks like he's got a bit of toe about him.
Yeah, just even some broken play would be nice. Like,
it would be.
see Chad Irvine getting through some more work. He started to roll up his sleeves, and he must have heard us before.
Yeah, I think so.
And they come the blind side. It's not the worst result. It wasn't the best kick there from the 14, Brendan Salmon, but he's probably fortunate with it landing in field and bouncing.
That's it.
In a touch, and they'll get a breather here, which will chew up another 30 or 40 seconds, which will be crucial to them.
No players will be rushing to the scrum here. I think they're just taking their time.
Neither side really too excited about this. I think they'd be happy for the 6 minutes to tick down.
Yeah.
Even the crowd's quieting down in recent minutes. There's no blow-ups about anything. I think a few of them might have disappeared. Not a bad crowd for middle of July.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty fresh down here, and referee Ash Irvine laying down the law now. As we tick away, only about 5 to go here now in this fixture. And the Panthers, 56-10. They lead this one.
Yeah.
Can they get another one to take that lead to 50, or will it be East Maitland to finish off with a consolation try? East Maitland will be looking to pin them down here, the Panthers, but they've had very little luck in pinning the Panthers inside their own red zone so far today. They're very flat, the East Maitland Griffins defence. Panthers get another quick play of the ball. Fletcher out of dummy half, gives it off. That looks like Richardson. He's driven backwards, but he gets the ball free at the same time. They continue to march forward. There's the man that scored the last try, Jaden Butler. They're already up over halfway.
Yeah, look dangerous here,
They
Mallabula.
do. They come to the left. It's Connor O'Neill. Shows the ball before being tackled. Fletcher in at dummy half. Which way will he go? Goes to the right. That's the second of the Daniels. Owen Daniels.
Is that a player hit off the ball there? Was
It looks like a player taken off the ball there, but it seems to have been missed. Be interesting to see if the touch judges has this. Doesn't appear like they do at this stage.
Yeah, it looks like, I think referee.
Very interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah. I'm not
He
sure
hasn't
if
called
any.
time off yet. What's he said here?
I think he said a knock on against Mallabula, was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, yeah.
What he's done there, but we'll wait and see. And
the number 6 slowly getting back up in the trainer's
Fogarty getting back
hands.
to his feet.
But,
A little bit the worse for wear, but
I think,
looks like he might come from the field. There's no point risking him at this stage for Mallabula.
Yeah.
No, he's just going to push out to the wing. Yeah, I don't know if that was an accidental collision or not. I only called it out of the corner of my eye.
I only did
hopefully it
too,
was.
you know. I only just saw it. in the
Watching
corner of my
Fletcher
eye
sort of
too.
scoot forward.
That's it, yeah.
But East Maitland now with the ball in hand. Ticking down to about 4 minutes to go.
All going there for the one-on-one. Yeah, nearly gets it, but Hayden still keeps a hold of it.
Dimmick too strong to hold on. Cut out ball, and he's put it down. Another mistake inside their own half.
Yeah,
That'd be a coach killer on any other day, but I think Noel Dent's given up all hope, unfortunately, at this stage.
That's it, you know. It's just an unlucky night here for the Griffins, who have been ultimately just,
Oh, it certainly has. Discipline and numbers haven't helped.
tonight, and a few errors and it just hasn't been there tonight.
Updates from the NRL games tonight. The Warriors 19-18 winners over the Sharks and 25 gone. The Panthers leading St George Illawarra 10 points to 4.
Yeah, the Warriors, Sean Johnson's return over to New Zealand.
Yeah, a little bit of an upset, but we're back here now. A scoot from the back of the scrum. That looks like, I was going to say, I thought it was Chafee, but no, it was Richardson. They continue to roll forward here. Lee Kelly marching forward, tries to get the arm free, but he's thrown it forward. Just they're getting a little bit too adventurous here in the dying stages of this one. The Panthers. Ticking down, only about 2 to go.
Yeah, not long now.
Once we get this scrum packed and the ball out, we might be down into the final 60 seconds. And it's been a convincing effort from Mallabula here today, and they'll certainly walk away deserved ladder leaders, at least for the time being, until the conclusion of tomorrow's fixtures. Who's been your best from the Panthers tonight, Cam?
You can't go past the big front rower, mate. Number 8, he's got the kicking game. He's got everything, you know.
I don't know if I'd say he's got the kicking game.
Well, he can kick, and
it was a bit of a high karate kick style, but it nearly paid off for him. Yeah, he's certainly been good. Yeah. I've been impressed with their halfback Daniels as well.
He has controlled the game well.
And from the Griffins, probably O'Brien. He's been the quiet achiever. He's been out there for the whole game.
He has, and Mitcho in there at hooker. He's always
and Lawrence at the back. We already talked about him. Melmoth at the back for the both fullbacks have been really good tonight, actually. If we're going to do a 3-2-1, I think we'd probably go with Kelly, maybe from Melmoth, and then maybe Mitchison for 1 point. He's got through a lot of work and carried through his head knockers. We see Connors
not too bad.
Has the long kick down. Melmoth
comes off the boot, goes
clips
backwards.
It with his boot. The winger runs back into the traffic, then realises he doesn't want to take on the big bodies. He's driven backwards and rolled over. And Waters will now play it. They'll come to the left here. That's Chafee. He started the game with a bang, but he's been a little bit quieter in the second half. Ticking down to the final seconds of this one. And it's still 56 points to 10. The Panthers lead. They go to the right. There's Richardson again. They're running out of time. Ticking down here. We'll have enough time maybe to complete this set.
Yeah, time ticking down. They'll be looking to probably put another one on here, the Griffins.
Yeah, they'd like to have one to seal this one, I think, the Panthers. What can they do here? They go to the left. There's Hoare. He goes back to the right. They look like they're trying to set for something, but I don't think they know quite what. But he's lost the ball, and that'll be close to all she wrote here at King Edward Park.
Timekeeper TC there, ready to ring the bell.
There it goes. That's full time here at King Edward Park in East Maitland. The Mallabula Panthers, they run out winners 56 points.
Yeah.
To 16 over the East Maitland Griffins. That'll see Mallabula jump to the top of the ladder with Westwalls and Morpeth still to play their weekend fixtures. The Griffins, unfortunately, will be pinned to the bottom of the ladder with finals action looking a very unlikely outcome. Big thanks to my co-commentator tonight, Cam. Appreciate your help, and I hope you enjoyed the action tonight.
No worries, mate. I appreciate it, and I enjoyed it very much.
And, of course, don't forget you can catch plenty more local sports action courtesy of Bar TV across your weekend, including that West v South top of the table to his Newcastle Rugby League clash on Sunday from 3 o'clock. I've been Chris McPherson. Thanks for joining us tonight, and a big thanks to our proud live stream sponsors, Quizmasters Trivia. Make sure to tune into Bar TV Sports across the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.